It's Carter Sports back, and we still on Miller time. So we finna take a look at the 2024 season and project Miller Moss tutties over under. Let's go. Up, y'all. This part 2 of Miller Moss quarterback projection for 2024. We projecting his tutties. Now, I forgot to mention in the last video, Wisconsin had a top 30 ranked defense. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And they good at defending the run, but that's why I think Miller Moss gonna do his thing. I think they gonna force us to pass a lot. How our run game was looking against Louisville, it might be an average run game. I feel like our run game gonna improve, but it might be an average run game against Wisconsin. Right? It might be an average run game. When you know it's like that, when the run game going average, we know Lincoln Riley gonna start calling them pass plays left and right. So it's not that I don't think Wisconsin got a good defense, is that I feel like it's gonna be tough to run, so we gonna throw. And I feel like our line is gonna be good at pass protection. So I feel like we gonna throw the ball a lot against Wisconsin. Minnesota, they're another good defensive team. They was ranked 55th. Minnesota was ranked 55th last year, so that's another good defense. But we also gotta grade these Big Ten defenses on the curve, because besides Ohio State, they don't really have explosive offenses. It's more balanced time of possession. Most Big Ten teams want to play the games in the 20s and the 30s. So if Wisconsin was in the Pac-12 or something like that, their defense probably wouldn't be as great if they face all them great quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? Name me some great Big Ten quarterbacks. Dude from Penn State, decent. Them the only one to come to mind. My fellow Big Ten fans, let me know, because I'm not an expert on the Big Ten quarterback. So if I'm underestimating y'all offense, if y'all got some quarterbacks, you know what I'm saying, let me know. But looking out here from the West Coast, only quarterback that I seen really that people like was the Penn State, Cal McCord. I mean, well, the defense not what it is. I mean, they got a good defense. You know, we can't knock them because the conference they play in, offenses ain't that great. Or maybe the Big Ten defenses is really that great and make their offenses look pathetic or average. Maybe so. We gonna find out. I'm telling you, we gonna find out if that's really great defense over there in the Big Ten, or is it poor offenses. USC, Oregon, Washington, for to definitely test that theory. For to test it. So we go see. So in that Minnesota game, I like 3 tutties because I really feel like Minnesota really gonna play that ball control. You feel me? But I think eventually in one of these games we gonna pull away. So I got Miller Moss with another 3 tutties against Minnesota. Penn State. Now we all know about Penn State. Penn State, that's a good team on both sides of the ball. I ain't even gonna get into the stats on them. Penn State is one of them teams, and we're gonna have to come out and play. Good thing is at home, and we ain't gotta face the whiteout, but we're gonna have to play. But I like our receivers against their DBs, even though their DBs is good too. But Penn State, one of them teams that if you don't turn the ball over, don't give up penalties, don't get behind the sticks, feel like we can move the ball on Penn State too. But this gonna also come down to our defense. See, Penn State could score. You feel me? This gonna be a game to where both sides of the ball gonna have to carry us. So I got another 2 to 3 TD performance against Penn State. I give him 3. We at home. That home field is good for an extra touchdown. It was on the road, I'm probably looking at like 2 TDs. At home, I'm giving Miller Moss 3 TDs. Against Maryland, on the road, I wonder what time this game. If this is a prime time game in the middle of the day, I got 4 tutties for Miller Moss. I got 4. If it's an early morning game, like it's 9 o'clock on the West Coast, I got 2 tutties. Them early morning starts really have effect on West Coast teams. I'm telling you. Teams be, and I say only 2 tutties because West Coast team and them early start on the East Coast be sleeping during the first half. But you know what? I'm gonna give USC 3. I'm gonna give them 3 tutties. Cause I feel like once the offense start going, as we seen against Louisville, they won and scored 5 and 6 in a row. See, the thing about Lincoln Riley, once he fit them up for 4 or 5, but I think we gonna come out slow. If that game start early. So I guess my official projection for that game is skewed. It's got an asterisk. Tell me what time it starts. If it start in time, that's good for us. 3 to 4 tutties for Miller Moss against Maryland. And Rutgers at home, we running it up. That's a 5 tutty game. That's a 5 tutty game. We gonna be just coming back from the East Coast. We ain't gonna like that experience with the time and the traveling and whatnot. And coming back home to LA from the East Coast gonna feel like a breath of fresh air. Feel like they gonna have their battery in that back. I feel like that Maryland, they gonna win big. They gonna come back with confidence. We went on the road, went to the Eastern time zone, did our thing, played the game early for us, did our thing. And I feel like against Rutgers, that week before they play Washington, I feel like they gonna show out. So I give Miller Moss another 4 tutty game. 4 tutties in 3 quarters. This a game where he gonna sit out the 4th quarter and USC gonna cruise to victory. So what's that? I got him 3 tutties against Minnesota. I had 2 tutties against Penn State. I had 4 tutties against Maryland. 3 to 4. It depends on what time that game starts. If it start when we want to start, 3 to 4 tutties. If it start too early, I say 2 to 3 tutties. And then Rutgers, he going up. That's 5 TDs. Cause I feel like he gonna be played 3 tough games. You know, Minnesota defense gonna kind of be smothering. That gonna be tough. Penn State definitely gonna be tough. So when we play Maryland, it gonna feel a little bit easier compared to the last 2 weeks. Unless I'm sleeping on Maryland. Like I said, Big Ten fans, is Maryland, is that an upset? Is that a sneaky loss? Or what's going on with Maryland? Is they tough at home? And Maryland be having some talent, can't lie, they be having talents, you know, every year they got players that go to the NFL out of Maryland, so we can't sleep on Maryland. But overall as a team, on the road, early morning, that's bonding. That gonna make the teammates bond. Sometimes tough, you know, road games bring you closer as a team and make you bond. And the team is already close. I think, you know, once they wake up, if the game starts too early, I think they're gonna do their thing. I think our team is gonna be well coached next year on both sides of the ball. I feel like Lincoln Riley's on a mission to prove, and our defensive coach is on a mission to keep their reputation going as good defensive coaches that can prepare well. So what y'all think through the first 8 games, man? The first 4 games I had 13. Let me see. Minnesota, that's like 3. Penn State, that's like 2 or 3 at home. So I give you 3, that's 6. Maryland, that depends. I say if it's an early start, 2 tutties, late start, 4. So let me put it in the middle. That's another 3. That's 9. And then against Rutgers, I got 5 tutties. So that's 14, 13. That's 27 tutties. Like, is this too high for Miller Moss? Am I tripping? Am I looking at these teams like we got Caleb Williams? Am I overreacting from Louisville? I'm just going off what I seen from the kid in the start, how good he looked. Not even the score, not even his 6 tutties. I'm just talking about his presence in the pocket, his reads, his accuracy, especially on a deep ball, his reads, his accuracy, his poise, his patience, and his cerebral game. You could tell he's a high IQ quarterback. He's a high hard Q quarterback. He ain't holding the ball too long. He getting it out. And if ain't nothing there, he taking the check down. If that ain't, and the only way we'll really know if we had the all 22 film and we knew what plays were called, we knew what Louisville was doing, you know. We don't know if that was a fluke or not, but the only way to know is keep playing the games. But this how he looked, I'm not even talking about the 6 TDs, how he operated the quarterback position with poise within the offense. I mean, unless he regrets, he gonna be throwing tutties next year. It's Miller time. It's Miller time for sure. So I got Miller Moss, 27 touchdowns through the first 8 games of that Big Ten schedule. What y'all think? Drop a like, drop a comment, please subscribe. I'ma keep coming with the videos and y'all let me know. Y'all got feedback, y'all think I'm tripping, let me know. We can talk about it. Until then, it's Carter Sports, Trojan City. Let's go.